Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And today I am talking about the recap of the BYU Iowa State game that took place on Veterans Day, November 11th of 2023. And that's coming up right after this. Alright, everyone. Alright everyone, welcome back to Just Justin. I am Justin, and yes, I am in my car this morning. This is being filmed on Monday, November the 13th. And I was trying to think of a good way to do this because, BYU got destroyed again. I don't have the stats or anything like that because I would just laugh at them because BYU had 4 total yards in the second quarter. So let's get into the recap, okay? So the recap of the game is BYU got the ball first. Boom. Going down, threw an interception. Iowa State came down and scored eventually after the interception. And then Iowa State kicked off and BYU fumbled it. And Iowa State got it, but BYU held them to only 3 points. So Iowa State was up 10-0 within the first 2 minutes of the game. Yeah, 2 minutes of the game. And then BYU got the ball and they came down and they scored. So 10-7. And that was a pretty good game. It's going to be like, okay, this is going to be a good game. BYU's coming back. They made a couple mistakes. No, that was not the case. After that, touchdown by BYU, it was all Iowa State. They came down. They were leading 31-7 going into halftime. So yeah, BYU wasn't producing much. Yeah, like I mentioned, 4 total yards in the second quarter. Okay, so Iowa State got the ball first in the second quarter. BYU held them. They came out of halftime. BYU held them to, I think it was like 3 and out. They held them, and so Iowa State punted the ball. BYU got it, and they drove down the field, and they scored a touchdown. Okay, so they went for a 2-point conversion, but that failed. And so Iowa State was up 31-13. And after that, it was all Iowa State. Iowa State held BYU. BYU did not hold Iowa State. Iowa State ended up winning the game 45-13. Yes, granted, this is BYU's first year in an actual Power 5 program. Last year, BYU was getting ready for Utah Tech, which was Dixie University, which they had to change to Utah Tech because Dixie was offensive. Yes, and so they were getting ready for Utah Tech. And so, granted, this is BYU's first year in the Big 12, and so are they ready for Power 5 schools day in and day out? I don't know. The commentators for the game were saying, I don't think BYU is ready for a Power 5. But, give them a year or two. They'll be ready. They'll be playing for the Big 12 championship here shortly. That was a sad game. Iowa State came in. Iowa State is a good football team. They are in contention for the Big 12 championship, playing in Arlington, the home of the Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, not Oklahoma Cowboys, but Oklahoma State Cowboys. But so that's their goal, is to be playing Texas in the Big 12 championship. Why do I say Texas? Because Texas is the leader. They're ranked number 1 in the Big 12 right now. Oklahoma State is up there, and so it's going to be a battle for second place. But I do believe Texas is in the lead right now, so it'll be a good coming down to the final 2 games of the season. And so here are just my thoughts. Okay, my armchair, couch sitting now, iPad writing. I'm not on a balcony this week, but here's just my opinion. Okay, everyone's calling for Sataki's head. Everyone's calling for him to get fired because he can't coach. okay, so he's been with the program for 8 years, and that's been independent, okay? And he's coached some good, some good teams and stuff like that, and we've had some good seasons as an independent. This is BYU's first year in a Power 5 school, or Power 5 conference. I don't think it's time to call for his head. No, it's not. During the independency, BYU scheduled the games they could against the teams that would play them. And so, yeah, we've played some good teams. We played a lot of teams from the Pac-12. We played Tennessee, we played Arkansas, we played Ole Miss, and things like that. And yeah, BYU's held their ground. But to call for Sitake's head is just, it's not right. A lot of people are calling for his head and stuff like that. Give it a few years. Everyone wants, to be, the champion the first year. Just like the other newcomers, University of Houston, Cincinnati, UCF, they are all struggling as well. So, and even Baylor's struggling, and they've been in Power 5 for a long time. Yeah, so TCU is, they've struggled off and on this past a year, and so you can't just say, fire Sitake because he doesn't know what he's doing. He does bad coaching. He's hired bad people. I think in next year they'll come out with a better understanding of what the Big 12 is all about. But that is in the future. We still have Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. So yeah, BYU plays Oklahoma next week, or this Saturday, the 18th, at 10 a.m. What the heck? 10 a.m. I was hoping for a night game. 10 a.m. at Lavell Edwards Stadium. That's Oklahoma's last season game in the Big 12, because they're moving on to the SEC next year, along with Texas. And then after that, we have Oklahoma State and Oklahoma State. And these are two very good teams that BYU will be facing. So, Oklahoma right now is ranked 14th in the nation. They were up there in the top 7 or 8, even after they beat Texas. But they've had a couple bad weeks where they've lost. And that's kind of been nice. Knocking down a couple notches and stuff like that. But we'll find out what BYU and Oklahoma is all about next week. But yeah, no, Sitake shouldn't get fired. It's a learning year to be in the Big 12. And that's just what it is. Alright guys, so that is my recap. I don't have the stats because, like I said, I would just laugh at them because BYU had horrible stats. And we don't want me to just laugh at them and make fun of them and stuff like that. So that is it for today. I hope you guys liked that little recap of that. I am not afraid to do criticism against BYU. I am not. Because if I praise BYU, yeah, BYU did so good, no, they didn't do good. Okay, I hope you guys liked this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And until the next one, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Remember, go Cougs. Fight on. Proud of you.